Welcome to the RadioU Podcast. Coming up, another discontinued fast food menu item is back by popular demand.
Also, is Cracker Barrel going through its millennial mom phase?
All that and more on the way next. Yesterday was a huge day for fight fans. A massive deal announced between Paramount and UFC that's now going to bring basically all UFC fights to Paramount, which means you simply need a Paramount Plus subscription and you won't need to use pay-per-view anymore.
Yeah, this is crazy because before you needed both a subscription to get access to these fights and then pay on top of that.
Yeah, you had to pay. It was ESPN Plus that was doing these, and ESPN Plus developed a reputation too for during the UFC fights of oftentimes not having very high quality streaming.
Yep.
Similar to what Netflix has experienced in the past. And so this is huge to hopefully bring it to a place that can actually reliably stream it, but even more so, the idea and like just a whole entire model change for UFC.
Yeah.
Where they're not going to charge you per fight anymore, or at least that's not going to be their main source of income for people watching this. And it's very exciting. It's exciting to me that I do have a Paramount Plus subscription, but that's because they offered it to me for $1. And I was not planning on renewing once the $1 deal was up. Mm-hmm. But for $12.99 a month, and I can get all the UFC fights plus everything that CBS, all the other stuff on Paramount Plus. That's kind of a deal worth considering.
Yeah, that's what they want to hear, Hudson. You're telling them what they want to hear, which is why they signed a deal like this, because I think Paramount Plus knows that, they needed a little something else to get people to subscribe for that $12.99, price tag. So I don't want to act as if this is not behind a paywall. UFC fights still behind a paywall, just a little less high of a wall,
It's a wall that many people may have already climbed.
Sure.
To get over anyways. And yeah, it's just what is confusing to me, this is going to be tough, is that like a lot of times what you would do, right, is you and the boys, you'd get together for a UFC for one of the numbered events.
And you'd split the cost.
And you just split it. And now if I'm the one hosting and I'm inviting my friends over, can I still split it with them? Even though Paramount Plus probably doesn't want me to password share.
You're not password sharing if you're all watching at home at your house.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But can I just say, hey, each of you, give me a month worth of Paramount Plus. I need you to Venmo me each $13. And that will cover all of the UFC fights for this year.
Honestly, that's what we should do whenever we password share or let people use any streaming service that we pay for, is we should be like, all right, pay up. This thing doesn't come for free. But talking about the password sharing, I know Paramount Plus has been one of those regular streaming services that has let that go on.
Yeah.
That has to be coming to an end, I would imagine, with a deal like this where they spend $7 billion, almost $8 billion to get UFC exclusive rights. They are not going to be letting people password share.
All the streaming services are working on that. It's so hard. Like, it is actually hard for them, I think, to enforce, even though Netflix has kind of done it pretty effectively.
Yeah.
Because it also annoys the people that actually do pay and that might be in different locations, or that just, like, don't mind, like... Again, me and my family, we all have different streaming services, and we like sharing them, so it's really annoying to us that we all have to, it makes it more difficult or impossible for whenever they don't want us to password share. So it is annoying. It is, it's also, I feel like Paramount Plus and CBS are known as like the more older crowd for streaming and for shows, and the UFC is definitely not that. So I feel like this is bringing in trying to put a fresh face on the place as well.
Yeah, Mark Shapiro, the president of the TKO group, which I guess was one of the groups that's involved in this purchase or whatever, he said that this is something where they really hope that this can impact younger fans, because with a $12.99 price tag instead of a pay-per-view price tag, that's a lot more, again, of a lower wall to scale to make sure you can access it. So, yeah, I think this is a great message to try and reach younger fans, which the UFC already has that. So.
Literally, for like the price of one or two pay-per-view fights a year, you could have all of the fights and everything that's on Paramount Plus. Which, granted, there's stuff on. You know what I've been watching lately on there? It's really good. Is The Offer. It's a show about the creation of The Godfather, but like a drama.
Oh, I think I did see some clips of that.
Oh, it's really good. But that, you know what? That sounds like an old man show, doesn't it?
It does.
A beloved restaurant is undergoing a rebrand. 8772 Radio U, that restaurant, Cracker Barrel. Allie, when you think of Cracker Barrel, what color do you think of?
Brown.
Brown, right?
Yep.
Not anymore, you don't.
Why?
Because the Cracker Barrels are starting to remodel the interior, and it is anything but brown.
No, I don't want it to change.
It is so white. You've never seen anything so white.
Ew, I hate it.
Yeah. I saw this yesterday, and I was like, am I being like, an old fuddy-duddy, like, are we becoming the people that are like, I don't like change and whatever? Or is this really that bad?
No, this is bad, and also I don't like change. These are both are true at the same time. This is awful. Also, the light fixtures in one of these photos for this new look Crackle Barrel, no. These light fixtures are not for Crackle Barrel.
You know what I hate? I hate the booths. Look at the booths if you watch it again. They've just switched it out.
Yeah, they never have had booths before.
No,
it's
they
always
haven't.
just been tables and chairs.
It looks so boring.
It looks so generic, like any other type of restaurant. Crackle Barrel was so unique. It's like you're eating inside of a barrel.
Yeah.
A vintage barrel filled with vintage antiques and all sorts of fun stuff on the walls around you that you're like, should we really be eating around this chainsaw that's got all this like rust on it?
Yeah, all this old farm equipment.
But it's fine. But no worries. Let's go ahead and order our food. But yeah, this is crazy. No.
I can't believe that. I mean, listen, I actually think I want to be extra fair to this. It doesn't look bad if this was a brand new restaurant opening up in town.
Sure.
You'd be like, hey, it's kind of nice in here. But it doesn't look like Cracker Barrel.
No, this is undistinguishable. Like, I can't, looking at this, I wouldn't be able to say that's Cracker Barrel.
If you ever saw a TikTok from the interior of a Cracker Barrel from the day you were born to yesterday, you would have known that's Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
You see this TikTok and you're like, what restaurant? Is that Bob Evans?
Yeah.
What is that in there?
Right.
And it doesn't look bad. But Cracker Barrel had something that's so hard to cultivate, and that is like their own brand. Like something iconic and recognizable, and they're just throwing it out.
Throwing it away. I mean, what are you doing?
I don't, like, what's next? You're getting rid of the rocking chairs outside, too? What's next? You're getting the old country store, getting rid of all that old soda and candy and those shirts that I would never buy.
And like the chess.
You're getting rid of the checkers.
As the checkers, and then they also have like the little like peg game that you could play. If you get
rid of the peg game where I'm always an ignoramus, it's over for you.
I know.
This ignoramus is coming to get you, Cracker Barrel.
We're taking you down.
I will take you down single-handedly, but I don't need to do it single-handedly because I have an army of people with me.
Yeah.
That will not stand for this.
No, this is crazy. Change it back. Change it back. Change it back. Because also, as a person that loves vintage, like home decor, furniture, I am sick and tired of people getting these beautiful wood pieces and painting it with white paint. Stop doing that. You're covering up the wood. Don't do it anymore. And that's exactly what Cracker Barrel just did.
It used to feel like Cracker Barrel felt, and maybe this was wrong, maybe when they first started it wasn't this way, but it felt sincere.
Right.
Now, this just feels corporate and boring.
Yep.
And
feels like Joanna Gaines came by and decided to help them redecorate.
It looks like every Airbnb you've ever seen.
Right.
Which is fine for an Airbnb, but it's not fine for a Cracker Barrel.
Nope.
I'd rather have more Airbnbs that look like Cracker Barrels.
Yeah.
Change it back.
Change it back.
Or I'm definitely never going. Even if my grandmother invites me. Just hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I guess that's just what I have to do today.
I was going to say more bad news?
Yeah, more bad news. Shrek 5 has been delayed.
Oh, boy.
We will not get the newest installment in the Shrek franchise now. This is the second time. This sounds familiar. It's the second time that it's been delayed. It was initially supposed to come out in July of next year. Then they delayed it to December of next year. so like over a year from now. Now it has been delayed to June of 2027.
Woo! That is a long delay.
What are they doing to this Shrek movie?
I was going to say, what's happening behind the scenes? This does not look good.
Do they have to like find a real dragon for this or something? Like, what is taking so long?
I don't know, but it's given me the vibe of like, when you're sitting at a restaurant and the food's taking too long and they're like, what are they doing? Do they have to kill the chickens back there? Like,
seriously.
Like, this is just taking too dang long. So, yeah, anytime I see movies get delayed by this amount of time, it gets me a little bit worried. But I will say with animation, I give a little bit more leeway with delays because the animation does not, it's not like something you can do quickly. And if it looks bad, then no one wants to watch it.
Yeah,
so
that's true. And then like maybe they need another month to finish it versus what they thought.
Yeah.
But they can't just put it in January of 2027. Like they have to, it's Shrek 5. It's got to be in a big primetime spot for movies. Apparently the date that they have currently set for it is 1 week. This is really interesting. 1 week following what should be the release of Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. Beyond the Spider-Verse. So that'll be like two big animated family movies coming out back to back. Which is unusual. Usually they give them a couple weeks in between.
Yeah, that's tough with the box office window as short as we've seen it and like just the money being a lot tighter in people's pockets. People aren't willing to go as much.
Yeah.
So to have big movies like that back to back.
You're making them make a choice.
Yeah. I mean, it's 2027. I feel like things may be different then. Who knows what life will look like.
It's so far away from now.
It's so far away. It feels so far away at least. But
you could say far, far away.
Good call there.
You could definitely say that. Here's what boggled my mind, though. Obviously, since the very first Shrek to Shrek 5, that's a huge gap of how many years it's been.
Right.
But even since the most recent actual Shrek movie, that came out in 2010.
What?
17 years between any Shrek movies. So a baby that was born when the last Shrek movie came out is just about to be like a grown man.
Wow.
When the next Shrek is coming out.
It doesn't feel like it's been that long.
Yeah.
Since 2010.
Like people that were babies when the first Shrek came out will be having grandchildren almost by the time Shrek. They'll be taking their grandchildren to see Shrek 6.
No, they'll be going into college, probably, or their senior year of high school. But yeah, this is quite the delay, quite the long amount of time between, two sequels. So wow, that's surprising to me for whatever reason that it's been that long.
It better be good. It better be worth the wait.
I was gonna say they better make sure that this movie is good if they're delaying it this long.
I'm concerned Zendaya is not going to be believable as Shrek's daughter.
That's what you're worried about?
2 years from now, she's going to be too old to be somebody's
That's true. Isn't she like almost
teenage
30?
daughter? Yeah. Firefighters in Burbank, California were called to a Chuck E. Cheese. 8772 Radio U. Why were they called to a Chuck E. Cheese? There was no fire. There was no cat stuck in a tree. There was a woman trapped inside a Chuck E. Cheese game.
How did this happen?
Her entire arm was trapped inside what they call the Snow Day game. And once the firefighters actually arrived, it took them 20 minutes to get her free.
What was she doing to stick her arm in there? Is that a part of the game?
So let me give you explain the Snow Day game to you according to Coastal Amusements. Snow Day is a fast-paced action will thrill children as the soft balls snow down on their heads. Watch the smiles and listen to the laughter as the children gather the balls and place them into the scoring hole. The more balls collected, the more tickets you win. Snow Day is a perfect game for the younger audience and fills an underserved age gap in our industry. Test out your skill inside Snow Day.
So she got her arm stuck in the snow hole.
The scoring hole.
The scoring hole.
She put her arm past the elbow into the scoring hole and then couldn't get it out.
Oh.
I wonder, they don't give any other details about how this happened. You could imagine she could have dropped something that wasn't one of the snowballs.
Yeah, like dropped your phone or your keys or something in
ring,
there. Yeah, glasses.
Jewelry of some kind.
Right.
And she was trying to retrieve her item from the scoring hole. But whatever she did, she stuck her arm way too far down in there and it got stuck. And then very embarrassingly, the firefighters had to come rescue her. I love how, if you watch the news report, they put up caution tape around the snow day machine.
Stay away!
Yeah, they had to establish a perimeter around the snow day machine.
This is a crime scene.
Yeah.
This Chuck E. Cheese arcade game tried to kidnap this woman.
Yeah. But
false imprisonment.
The good news is once she was free, she was able to continue to enjoy an evening of fun with her family.
So she stayed at Chuck E. Cheese?
She stayed and kept on playing.
I would have been like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, all the people there.
No one could see my face ever again at Chuck E. Cheese.
They did. They have, as far as I know, have protected this woman's identity. I do not see her name or anything. But I mean, obviously, the other Chuck E. Cheese people there, they know.
I don't know who this woman is, if she's connected to the woman that like is stuck. But in the news report video of this woman stuck at the Chuck E. Cheese, there is another woman that's walking around as the firefighters are trying to get her out. And just like so obviously taking photos of this woman stuck in this machine. I'm like, do they know each other? Like, because she just walks away at the end. So it's a little bit like, what are you doing?
You see something like that and you've got to
She's just like, snap,
this is your chance for social media.
Look what happened to this woman.
Yeah, somebody else's misfortune is your opportunity to blow up a little bit.
Oh, isn't that a sad, sad thing?
Yeah, this is the world we live in. But I mean, I guess if it wasn't for people like that, though, the news would have even not had footage of the event. And we have footage of her being rescued.
We do.
So thank goodness for those people. They're reporters on the ground.
Yeah. Although the footage of her getting rescued is like, it's not vertical video. It's horizontal. Did someone really?
There's no way this is on a news camera, though.
I don't think.
And that they've mobilized the news.
Yeah, that quickly for a Chuck E. Cheese
We got a hot tip.
But still,
get the best reporter.
Who is recording horizontal video, though?
Somebody that had the news in mind. They had bigger things. They're like, I could film this for TikTok. But what about the news?
What about NBC4?
Yeah. Cristiano Ronaldo just got engaged to Georgina Rodriguez. Congratulations to them. And it's breaking the internet. 8772 RadioU. The pair have been together for about 9 years.
Wow.
And now finally going to make it official. They made the announcement on Georgina Rodriguez's Instagram, where she posted a picture of the two of their hands together with the ring, of course, which is what's causing the headlines most of all. This ring is so ginormous.
Oh my goodness, it's so huge. Literally yesterday on my Instagram Discover page.
Yeah.
I don't even follow Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't follow Georgina's account, nothing. But it popped up as one of the posts and it struck me because the ring is so massive. It looks honestly kind of ridiculous. At first I thought it was a meme because there's been other things going around about engagement ring size and what size is the best size and all of that type of stuff. And so I saw this and I was like, is that a joke? No, it's fully real and it is huge.
It is. It's huge. It's spectacular. It would seem to be cumbersome to wear that every day for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I would imagine you probably wouldn't be able to wear this everywhere because it's not the most practical ring.
Yeah, it's so big. Somebody
so big.
said that it's like if she had an entire Olympic ice rink on her finger.
Honestly, yeah, it could host an entire hockey team on that.
I think Cristiano Ronaldo, when he was buying this, he was like, what can I get that's the size of a soccer ball? Because he's a soccer player.
Yeah, that's what he was looking for. Stop with the laugh tracks this morning. But yeah, this is just crazy. But I mean, hey, he's got the money.
Yeah.
So it probably wasn't that big of a deal for him to spend. I mean, I'm sure it wasn't cheap.
No.
But I'm sure it wasn't that huge of a deal to spend that amount of money on an engagement ring.
I mean, this is so big, though. It looks like it belongs in a museum.
I know.
Did he pull off a heist?
Right. Is this,
even though he does have the money for it.
Is this the, like the Pink Panther? This is the diamond that they're looking for.
This will be the center of a Pink Panther movie, I think.
Yes.
Basically. It's interesting that this happened, though, because we were just talking about engagement rings.
Yeah.
And I feel like we have different philosophies on them.
Well, I personally don't think that the whole the rule that's been given to a lot of people is this idea that you need to spend 3 months salary on an engagement ring, which to me, I'm like, okay, yeah, fine. But 3 months salary, that varies from person to person, obviously. But to me, I wouldn't want my, future fiance or whatever to spend thousands of dollars on a ring. If we're going to spend thousands of dollars, I'd much rather that be going towards the wedding or honeymoon or a down payment on a house, something that, we can use down the line. Like for me, a ring, it's cool, it's sentimental, I suppose, but I care more about the person and the relationship than the ring.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's all nice sentiments. And I definitely agree. The honeymoon, I feel like, is where you should maybe splurge the most.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of you can have other vacations in your life, but the honeymoon, you kind of have a
one
trump
opportunity
card
to
of
get
just
that right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with the ring, I just feel like you can't go wrong as a guy. You never want to be like, did I spend enough? You want to make sure that question is not asked.
Yeah.
Because
I'm not saying
you
go
can't
cheap on it.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
And this is one of those things. I talk about this with phones and rings are another thing. Do you think about the constant wear or use that you will get out of something? Why would you go cheap on it? This ring you're supposed to wear for the rest of your life. Why would you cut corners? Why would you not go for a more expensive? Now, still spend your money smart. You can still, you don't want to, get shortcut.
Don't sink yourself in debt
for
an engagement ring.
That's not even high quality.
Right.
But I feel like it's something where you're going to wear for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want it to be a cheap ring and it's like a fake diamond or something like that. But also, I don't want them to spend thousands of dollars on just a ring. To me, it's like we can invest those thousands of dollars in something else.
I don't know. I just I think it's got to be thousands of dollars.
Well, I am of the opinion that there are plenty of rings out there where you don't need to be spending $5,000-$10,000 that will be perfectly fine for the rest of your life.
That you know what? We need more women like you. On the menu today is the new Cheez-Its Baconator flavor. Limited time only. First of all, Allie, did you know that you're not supposed to call them Cheez-Its like I just did?
What are you supposed to call them?
If it's multiple, you call them Cheez-It crackers.
Oh, well, I got to be honest. When I was labeling our food fight, I definitely put Cheez-Its.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
Cheez-Its is coming after you. These, I'll tell you, already I smelled them. They smell like regular Cheez-Its.
Okay.
So,
give them a go.
There's nothing about the visual or the smell of them that gives away that it's anything other than a regular Cheez-It. There's nothing baconatory about it.
I would say they look a little different in color because I feel like the regular Cheez-It might be just a tad bit darker.
Okay.
So, and then I also see, I'm looking close, I'm seeing some maybe seasoning or something on it. So it looks a little bit different. But yeah, the smell just smells like regular Cheez-Its.
I hope you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, if they just taste like regular Cheez-Its, how upset can we be? Because they're
still going to be good.
Cheez-It crackers.
But
they're still going to be good.
Yeah, they're still going to be good, but they're not going to be, a Wendy's Baconator, that's what we're looking for. Wendy's Baconator Cheez-It.
Okay. They definitely taste different.
Okay.
These do not taste like a regular Cheez-It. But what am I tasting? Because is my first thought on this Baconator when I first taste it? I don't think so.
I'm not a fan of this, in all honesty. It's giving me those fake bacon bits.
Okay.
Is what I'm tasting, and I don't like it.
That's probably what they used.
Yep.
They probably just ground them
fake
up really, really
bacon
tiny
flavor
and baked them into the Cheez-It.
I mean, it's all right. Again, You're not going to be mad because it's a Cheez-It, but I definitely think this is my least favorite Cheez-It I've ever had.
I can't figure this out.
Are you on the fence about it, or are you just trying to figure out the flavor profile?
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Okay.
I could eat a lot of more of these, and that doesn't mean that they're great, but I could just keep on eating.
Yeah. Sure.
But I cannot figure out what they taste like to me.
They have a bacon taste, but there's nothing about it that's like meat, you know. So I'm thinking it's more just straight up bacon flavor versus Baconator.
I don't even know if I tried these blind, not knowing that they were supposed to be Baconator. I don't even know if I would taste bacon.
If you would guess about the bacon,
yeah, if I would taste. I mean, definitely not. It doesn't stab you in the face of being a bacon cracker.
That's fair.
I mean,
it's a mystery.
It is. Yeah, I don't know. They're very cheesy. I'll give them the cheese. But even when I get a Baconator, I don't think I'm eating a lot of. I don't feel like the cheese is what is.
Well, the cheese
forward.
doesn't stand out.
Yeah, because there's so much bacon in the way.
The bacon is the main flavor.
I guess we definitely have to say this is not mission accomplished.
No.
I really won't mind having these sit in the break room, and like it's going to be a nice little snack. I'll get a cup of these from time to time.
Yeah.
They taste okay to me, but it's not a mission accomplished because it doesn't taste like bacon. It definitely doesn't taste like Baconator, and it maybe only slightly tastes like bacon at all.
Yeah. And fake bacon at that, you know. Again, it's like at best it's the fake bacon bits.
Right. I disappointed is a strong word, but not satisfied.
Yeah.
They definitely don't leave you satisfied.
No, they leave you a little let down.
But they do leave you wanting more. I guess in more ways than one. Paul Finebaum, famous college football commentator, said he will leave the country if the SEC doesn't win the national championship this year. 8772 Radio U. Allie, do you actually believe that?
No, I don't believe it for 1 second. But I do agree with him that the SEC has been on a downward trajectory the past few seasons, which is surprising because they added two of the best brands in college football to their conference in Texas and Oklahoma. And I think Texas has worked out to be a really great addition to their conference. And Oklahoma, we'll see. I think they're going to improve. But we'll see how they do this season. But yeah, they have not won a national championship in a few years. And, you know, they had a really dominant run for a while.
Yeah. Last year, I can't believe they weren't even in the national championship game at all.
No.
Which is unheard of. But I mean, I do think Paul Finebaum, he's going to leave I feel like after the football season, he leaves the country regardless. He probably goes to Cabo or somewhere in Italy.
Gets away.
Yeah, and he does leave the country. But I don't think he's going to stay away.
No.
And besides, where are you going to go? Somewhere that's better at college football?
Nowhere
than the
in the
United
world.
States? Like, what are you going to do? Even if you left the country and like, I'm staying here because the SEC can't do it for me. Once August rolls around of 2026, you're going to be like,
let's start again.
Yeah, but I need to get back to Alabama for some games soon. Need to watch him play Murray State.
Right.
But I do. I share his disappointment in the SEC a bit. Like they have half of the teams in college football. Just by the sheer odds of that, they should be doing better.
Yeah, they've got obviously a big conference. Same with the Big Ten, though. So I think the Big Ten is their biggest competition right now. And they've been on a little bit of an upward trajectory. So you're seeing kind of different progressions right now from both conferences. And these are the two that I think you'll see them down the line. They're going to be the top competitors most of the time.
They're going to be the only two left at some point or another.
Yeah, I feel like I've mentioned this before, but we're seeing kind of the slow change from college football into like a semi-professional sport pretty much. And it's like almost you're seeing the AFC and the NFC being created with the SEC and the Big Ten. So, I don't think he'll be able to stay away from that. I don't think the appeal, the intrigue of college football, even though we're seeing a change in the old guard, not really the old guard, but we're seeing a change in who's competing for a national championship. you're not going to be able to stay away from it. It's just too appealing.
And let's be honest, they're still going to be in the mix.
Oh, for sure.
It's crazy to act like there's some.
I mean, Texas is number 1 in the AP poll right now.
The problem with the SEC is that they are so deep. There's so many. Like, I think they have 10 teams ranked in the AP poll that came out yesterday.
Yeah.
There's so many good teams. It's just hard to go through and have a pretty clean regular season, which is why it's, I guess, good for the SEC that we keep expanding the playoff.
Yeah.
But you just beat up on each other so much where the Big Ten, like, you have 3 or 4 good teams at the top, and then
I think it's
a lot of the other, you have Maryland and you have Northwestern. You have a bunch of, like, schools that honestly belong in the American Athletic Conference.
I mean, there's a few. I would say, maybe Maryland and Rutgers and whatnot, and Northwestern.
Where even in the SEC, it was Vanderbilt was like the laughable school, and even now they're competitive. They're not going to compete for a championship, but they're competing to win every week. There's teams in the Big Ten that do not.
Well, some, but I will say, I think both, if you look at the conferences top down, I would say they actually, comparably, they shape out pretty similarly. So, yeah.
We should have, why do we even have the other conferences? I like the other teams, but why do we even have them?
I mean, I think, again, eventually you're going to...
The SEC has half of the top 25. Why do we even have another...
They don't have half, but they've got a lot. But I think eventually you will see that there will be only like 2 conferences left standing because everybody's going to join the Big Ten or the SEC.
Yeah, and this is the sad thing. I miss how the old debates where like the SEC was clearly the best and the other conferences were comparable.
I don't miss that at all. I'm so
fun.
sick and tired of the SEC. I'm honestly glad they're down.
I've got a fast food menu item that is making a comeback after fans have been begging for this for so long. 8772 Radio U making its return to KFC starting on Monday. Potato wedges.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
I'm actually finally excited about KFC.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to take more than this to earn me back at KFC.
You won't at least just go give it a shot again?
Well, they don't call it KFPW. They call it KFC. And so until the chicken is up to the caliber that it needs to be, I don't know that I need to darken their doors. But the potato wedges to the fries that they replace them with, definitely the fries are a big step down. Yeah,
I do not hate their fries. They're not like, I wouldn't consider them the worst fast food fry. We did a first to worst about that, by the way. But I wouldn't consider them the worst, but I also definitely wouldn't consider them the best. But I do remember loving their potato wedges, like absolutely adoring them. So I definitely think I will be going back for these.
Do you have any fear, though? Because, again, KFC just seems to show an inability to handle even the most simplest of tasks at this time. And so while you may have fond memories of the potato wedges, which were controversially discontinued in 2020, they might not remember how to do them right now. And while they are still wedges in potato form, or potatoes in wedged form, it doesn't mean they'll taste the way they used to.
That's fair. I guess we'll just have to check it out and see. So I think I will put that to the test when they are back, either Monday or another day.
Also, returning to KFC, something that was discontinued 2 years ago, that is their hot and spicy wings.
Oh.
Did you remember that they had wings at KFC?
I did not.
I certainly have never had them.
I don't think I ever tried them either. And it's not that I would have anything against trying their wings, but I know when I've gone to KFC, it's been up and down, obviously, as we've pointed out. But the thing that I've liked the most when I've gone recently has been their chicken tenders, because I am just a chicken tender lover at heart. And so I will never be... I'll just never be sad about making the decision to have a chicken tender, even if they don't always end up the best at KFC. So I think that's usually what I go for there.
It is crazy that, like, it's literally KFC, chicken is in the name, and there's like at least 3 places I can think of off the top of my head that would have better chicken tenders. And that's literally just like off the top of my head.
Yeah, I think I would definitely go to Chick-fil-A before I go to KFC, but the potato wedges are pulling me in the direction. I can't lie about that.
And I have never had their spicy wings, but I like that there's a fast food place that is at least offering bone-in wings again.
Sure.
Like, that's good for somebody.
Yeah.
Just not what I need to eat from a fast food restaurant, particularly not from KFC. It's the end of an era on September 30th, 8772 Radio U. That is the day that AOL, America Online, has announced they will be shutting down and ending dial-up internet service for good.
They're pulling the plug on that.
They are pulling the plug. Honestly, is anybody surprised that dial-up was still going as an option?
I was shocked when I saw this because I was like, wait, it's still available as an option? Who still has dial-up internet?
The number here is shocking to me. Of all U.S. web users, still 1%. 1 out of 100 people uses dial-up internet.
Whew, I feel sorry for those people.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
That is actually crazy. Now, I would say for me and most people my age, you probably don't have any memory or very little memory of dial-up internet.
I remember it.
But I would say that's most people, and I didn't know if you were the same, but for me, I grew up in the absolute middle of nowhere. And while many of my friends had high-speed internet of some kind, which high-speed at that time was still nothing
pretty
compared
bad.
to now.
Potato.
But dial-up internet was the only thing that we could get at my house out in the middle of nowhere in Maryland. So we paid the library for our dial-up internet service. Until I don't know how old I was.
Oh, wow.
So, Allie, I guess you have some dial-up memories too. What's your favorite dial-up internet memory?
I mean, the sound. You'll never forget the sound of dial-up internet coming in. But I grew up with dial-up. I don't know when exactly we switched to a router for like Wi-Fi, but I want to say I was probably in middle school when that switch happened.
That's actually the idea that we have wireless internet. When I was a child, there was no chance.
It was mind-boggling.
You had to be connected. We had one device in our house that could have internet, and if you're using the internet, you couldn't use the phone.
Yep.
And I know I sound old, but I'm not that old. It's just that we lived in the middle of nowhere, and this is all you could do.
Exactly. We had a desktop computer that was in our living room that was like right next to our landline phone, so that you could use the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my goodness, I can't even remember fully. I mean, I definitely remember how slow it was, because I remember as a kid what I would do if I wanted to play like a Barney game online. I would load the game and go away and do something for like 10 minutes because it would take so long to load.
Forget about watching a video. There was no videos that you could watch.
No way.
And I listened to a lot of music, and if I couldn't get it on a CD, I had to download it, which I did do.
Okay.
It took like 20 minutes to download a 3-minute song.
Yeah.
This is what we lived through.
This is what we made
in the middle of nowhere in Maryland.
We really are sounding old right now. It's
I know.
Back in my day, we had to use the internet through the phone.
It's amazing how far we've come.
I know.
And it's amazing my parents lived there. Because it's not like I didn't really live through a time where somebody didn't have some kind of higher speed internet.
Yeah.
Where you could at least listen to a song off of the internet. But that's not where we lived.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was a thing, and it's now not a thing. It's going away.
I do wonder now what happens to the literally 1%. Again, 1 out of 100 people that uses the internet uses dial-up. What are they going to do?
They're going to be forced to either live without the internet, which I would imagine if they're using dial-up, they're not using it a lot, like internet a lot.
Yeah.
So they'd probably be fine without it.
You drive yourself crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Your patience must be really, really good. But either that or they will be, forced into getting probably regular Wi-Fi.
Satellite.
Yeah, satellite or whatever. But I think they would just probably live without it.
Yeah. They might be better off that way.
Yeah. Thanks for listening to the RadioU Podcast. Don't forget to rate and review the show.